Welcome people of the World Wide Web. So here we have listed, I didn't do an intro, was there? So as you may have seen on the other channels, I've had a meet up with AJ's Movie Place and Matt's V Movies. So lots of filming to go. So this is kind of my little intro. So let's go into it. So here we are in a shop just close to Forbidden Planet. We didn't even realise this was there until we kind of walked by and saw a statue in the window. So we're looking for it. It kind of does the traditional memorabilia stuff, and then we get onto loads of NECA. So we have Gremlins there, lots of it. Robocop. Did like the look of the Robocop, but it was definitely London prices. I think 65 for that one, so it was a no from me. A few other quite horror themes, and obviously the big Chuckies there. Quite a lot of anime, so it was right up my street. Obviously, there's Dark Magician Girl, there's Shaman King, there's Kakashi, One Piece, see more Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, My Hero Academia, quite a lot of things. I say they got lots of good stock, but the prices are definitely London prices. Obviously some Disney plushes there, obviously more figures and statues and busts. Welcome people of the World Wide Web, Cypher Sigma here, and as we are in London, we have our first CEX with the boys, the trifecta, and see you later. So here we are on our first CEX, as stated outside. Obviously this one had a bit more stock than the other one. This was the upstairs first, so kind of prime DVDs. Killjoys, I did like the look of Killjoys, and I did find a box set later, but I was umming and ahhing on that all day. Then we go to our second one. I didn't do much recording in the first one, so apologies. Obviously here is more of it in the second. Lots of DVDs, quite a lot of duplicates of the same. Obviously look, they've got 5 copies of Iron Man, so someone's really loving that. Les Mis, there's quite a few copies. Love Actually, Men in Black, even The Matrix. So it had a fair, both places had a fair amount of stock, but this one in particular had quite a lot of duplicates of the same. There we have Smile. That was an alright movie that I went to watch, I think, the end of last year. The 4400, really good series. I would definitely recommend. Obviously, there's the child section, so the animated DVDs I do love. Looking for He-Man, Master of the Universe, the 80s one, but I passed on it ages ago and I've never found it cheap anywhere soon. So Snowboarding, the usual one. As I say, not too much. We've got a 4K Elvis that we've already got. There's some Kingsman, The Night Clerk, Nobody. Apologies, trying to move around people here to make sure I don't get them in. So obviously Captain Marvel there. Elysium, that was quite a good one with Matt Damon. Fantastic Lamb, you see on the left. That one. And here we have a big wooden dog that I just thought was interesting. So here we are at Forbidden Planet. And as you walk in, you are greeted by loads of lovely statues. Lots of horror there with Zordak in the corner, Robocop and some Crow. A big fan of Crow, so I'm glad it's getting a bit more love nowadays. Super 7's Animaniacs and Pinky and the Brain. Mandalorian figures with Star Wars. They do look really nice, I have to give them that. I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, but I do think they look really nice. Some DC from the movies there. Batman, Wonder Woman, 84. The Bat Cycle with Batman and Superman from Injustice. Then we go more to Marvel. I think these are from the game, or at least that Daft Punk type looking one was. Then we got some Avengers. Hot Toys looking really, really nice. And some Iron Man down the bottom. Then we move on to kind of Gundam Transformer section. Obviously some latest legacy stuff. Nice looking ones. Nightbird at the front, Blackout from the first movie, and Snarl from the 86 movie. Even though he's barely in it, but that was interesting within itself. Super 7's Power Rangers and the Lightning Collection sword. Then we have an array of anime there. From Demon Slayer, this is the main character Demon Slayer's sword's broken. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Probably there's a little Sakura there that you quickly missed from Naruto. Apologies, I'm moving very fast. Here we have the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film figures. Obviously way in shops before the release to try and hype it up. I'm not the biggest fan of the figures looking. Again, it's another set of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures. I've got about 5 different sets. Plenty of Marvel Legends. And then we swing back around to the back side of the case. A few books there, some more figures, Jujutsu Kaisen. Then we move along here, some Super 7 G.I. Joe at the top, more Transformers littered around here, some busts of Marvel on the right that you can barely see, and there's a bit of Duke, Cobra Commander, the Boys, Butcher, quite good, obviously that special Marvel Legends pack with Stife in it, some more figurines, Fantastic Four, another Thor there, and a Phoenix, Dark Phoenix down the bottom. There's more General Grievous, Samurai Mandalorian, some Gremlins, and then a few other little bit of props and that. Gargoyles, got obviously got Marty McFly and the Super 7 Silver Hawks. Look forward to getting the main guy soon. And here we have in the last place.
Including the YouTube community.
A bit like a sister station of HMV. Lots of superhero stuff. Again, there was some good bargains in there, I'll give it that. There was obviously, again, it's HMV kind of prices, so they're not that you can shop around and find cheaper, but not too bad in the grand scheme of things, I thought. Very interesting to see like their selection and pick out. I did look for a lot of them. Marcel the Shell with shoes on. I joked to my missus about that one. A Man Called Otto, loved that movie. It's complicated. There's James Bond. So they had a good lot of stock and a wide variety of different stuff. I just unfortunately could not find any of the things I'm after, which unfortunately happens. That's just when you're after specific stuff. It's always never where you want it to be. You've always got to go a little deep. And there we go. So I hope you enjoyed going around a few of the shops and stuff like that. There is a little bit extra one. So when we were going around London, AJ was very good. He goes, "Do you remember the film Last Christmas?" I do very much love Amelia Clarke, and I do love this film. So he took me to a few sites. So I will put that footage now. And here we are. So AJ's taken to me this wonderful garden. Obviously, lots of people around. It is Pride weekend, so a lot of loud music and stuff. So this is why there is no sound in the background. So looking around the garden, trying to kind of place my bearings. Again, if you've seen the movie Last Christmas, I'll throw a picture up when we get to a specific scene of where you can kind of realise what it's from. But yeah, no, it's very interesting. As I say, I did like the movie. It's interesting that they used parts of actual London. So as we're walking forwards, again, try not to get people's faces in. So apologies. It's you see Matt's legs walking along. But yeah, looking around on the benches because that's what I remember, and then kind of swing across, and then as you look up, you see these figures that were from the film. So Cypher Sigma here, AJ, movie places. Simon showed me some sites. If you've seen last movie, got a little alleyway from it, and there the guys in. He just showing me around. And yeah, there we go. So we got to see the alleyway, and we got to see the park where it was. And so it was really good. Obviously, you can see how it was glamorized at the time. It's been a few years, and obviously it's just run down a little bit in the park and that, but still, still quite good. So I enjoyed it definitely much. And yeah, so what did I actually get when I was out and about? So a few honourable mentions. Obviously, I met up with Matt and AJ, and they're very kindly giving me stuff. So first, I got that poster from Matt. So thank you very much, Matt, for that. I do appreciate. And he also gave me Ladder 49, which I didn't have in the collection. So I look forward to watching that. And then AJ, he also gifted me 2 DVDs. So first, Mel Gibson with Fat Man, if I can get the glare of it. Yeah, there's that one. And Rogue, I have seen this film with Megan Fox. I quite like this, so that's good. So besides that, what did I actually get? So we did go to Disney World first off, which I didn't have any footage, and I bought some stuff for my wife, so I won't include that here. So we went to 2 CEXs, and I managed to kind of keep within my range. The first one I got was How. It is an animated film. I've never heard of it, but for £2.50, I look forward to having that in the collection and watching that. Then a series I really liked, Alan Tudyk in Resident Alien. First season, obviously £8. I don't own any of this, but this was a really good first season, so I was happy to pick this up at £8. It's gone down in price, so that was quite good. I picked layup in I think I picked that one up in the first CX with some games, and then we have another anime DVD from the previous or the second CX. So this is £3. This is Loops Garros. Again, never heard of this. It's quite cheap. Read the synopsis, seemed quite fun, so I'm glad to have that. Then when we were in the first one, we're going down, AJ picked up the series and we were talking about it, and I was like, I don't really know much about it, but he's mentioned. So this was Krypton season 1. Now, quite in my benefit, it says £6, but it actually went for the 2 at 4. So I'm happy to have that. I have been intrigued to watch this. I have more or less most superhero stuff, so I'm quite glad to add that to the collection. And then finally, a bit of another friendly animation, Hong Kong Phooey, the complete series. So good to have that one in the back. Now, obviously, it was really, really good. Glad I get my words. It was really good to meet up with Matt and AJ. While we were there, we also got to see Indiana Jones. We went to an IMAX, which I've never been to, so I'll throw some footage in there. So here we have the outside of the IMAX in, I think, Waterloo, just over there. Look and seeing how big the building is with nice foliage around. It is a little bit out of the way. Here we have a picture of the forum. It's only got one screen, and they show 3 screenings a day. So here we are with the YouTube trifecta over there. And then we just got to see and we're going to see IMAX, and this is how massive it is. It's actually giving me neck ache, which shows you how actually big it is. And then when I snake around, you can see all the people. And here we are in our seats at the IMAX. We were right close to the back, and yeah, it was absolutely massive. And there you see, and that's what the massive screen and something. Unfortunately, the film wasn't that great. I mean, if you check my review, I'll try and put a link in below. Obviously, I had very mixed reviews. I think a lot of people have, but that is. But yeah, overall, it was a really good day. It was a fairly long day. A little bit of knackering at the end. So obviously, after we went to see Indiana Jones in the afternoon, we went for some dinner, which was really nice. And then we had a little bit of walk around to the few scenes from Last Christmas. And then finally, at the end, it was decided, we'd go our separate ways. I was right near Forbidden Planet, so I was thinking, great, I'll have another look at Forbidden Planet and probably spend a bit more money. And then I looked at my watch, and it was just gone 6. Which wouldn't have been any fuss, except for I knew I had an off-peak return, but I knew there was a train around 6:30, so I was like, I might only have a few minutes to sit in here. I looked at it, and it said it was departing at 16 minutes past 6. So I had 15 minutes to get from Forbidden Planet to London Euston, which is about a 25-minute walk. Ensue me running it in 9 minutes, absolutely sweltering. Then getting there, and obviously then there's a few minutes delay, and it didn't come in I think until 19 minutes past, which I was still sweating. Then had to run to get on the train because everyone was there, and then had a very sweaty hour and 10 minutes on the train, and I'm profusely sweating like anything. People are looking at me, and I had to kind of say, I'm really sorry, I haven't got any illness, or I'm not feeling guilty. I was miles away in London and realised I had to get back and had to leg it as quick as possible, and I haven't run apart from football in a long time, and it actually knackered me out, so that was an interesting thing. And funny enough, with the train journeys, when I was on the train on the way there, I come across this. People may know, people like, this is a part of a drug paraphernalia. Someone had obviously left it on the train. yeah, people, just be conscious if you've got stuff, you know, if you do have paraphernalia that is related to drugs, just keep hold of it, you know. God forbid a kid picks up, you know, I did get rid of it for that person when no one was looking, because I didn't want to look like it was mine. But there we go. So that was my journey to London to meet up with Matt's V Movies and AJ's movie place. If you're watching, so as we finish on our lovely day around London and our trip with the YouTube trifecta, as I call us, Matt and AJ, I'll put links in there. If you're probably a fan of them because that's how you've come to me, but if you haven't, please do follow them. They will appreciate it.
Too tall. Yeah. I'll stand on tiptoe to get in.
Otherwise, it's been a video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.